Hey gamers, it's grindthisgame here, back with Songs of Syx, where I've learned a lot of stuff since the last episode. I had to do a lot of reading. Our little pig men here are sleeping. Now it turns out these guys are vegetarians. I should have read the description of them in more detail, but yeah, so we've been making all this meat in ranches and stuff. They do eat the meat, but I don't think they actually like it that much, so we're going to focus on getting some vegetable farms going this episode. And kind of looking at the needs of our people here, at least that one individual. They want lavatories, they want a stage, I think, where people do some plays and stuff for the masses. Yeah, so there's some wild vegetables out here. We're going to try to harvest these. It's not quite the right season yet, but I'm going to set up a harvest order, and then when late summer rolls around, they should go and harvest that, because we're out of vegetables right now. We can't plant vegetables unless we have vegetables. Kind of a catch-22 there. So yeah. And it turns out these pigmen like organic shaped buildings. I'll probably just stick with square ones anyway, but I thought I'd try some round fields here. You can change the shape of buildings. There's a little drop down here in the top left. You can make it round or square or kind of random, or you can just paint it how you like it. And I did see a comment about digging away water. So the water table there, you can see was a certain amount. Each map, when you start out, you can see the water table percentage. So I tried digging some water. I forgot to measure the fertility before and after, but apparently putting some water in the middle of your fields will increase the fertility. I don't know if that's still in the game. I'll do a more scientific test later on where we maybe put some water in our fields, but I think I'm going to build most of the food down by the river because that's a high fertility area already. And I think you only have so much water table. Now we need way more research points coming in, because there's a bunch of stuff in the research tree I want to do. But before that, we're going to do a lavatory, because the pigmen have been complaining about not having a bathroom to go potty in. So we're going to try to make a interesting looking bathroom here. Latrine up top, maybe some basins down below here. I'm getting flashbacks of oxygen not included. We also need some doors so they can get in and out. Now, if you put too many doors, it actually lowers some stats on the building. It lets noise in, and if you hover over a certain thing, you can see what I'm talking about. But so don't put too many doors in. But 2 is usually pretty safe, depending on the size of the room. I'm going to try to build more of a grid-based system here, putting in lots of roads. Roads are cheap, and it makes them walk faster. We're also going to put in another carpenter to keep the tools coming in. Now, I learned you should always put an auxiliary station in to get the efficiency up to 100%. You don't always need one, but it seems to help. I was ignoring it early on last episode. I'm blasting to the seasons here. So we're gonna, keep adding farms. I'll probably leave the ranches that I have because they're making leather for us, and leather we can use for clothing and armor. Later on we'll start training up an army, because there is a chance of us getting attacked, I think. The bigger we get, the more chances. Now a speaker, it seems to help keep them happy. It spreads the news. So we're going to put a speaker in kind of central area here, so that the pigs can gather around and get the local gossip. The gossip will be mainly about Miss Piggy, I think. Okay, there they go. They're building it. Now a little piggy comes along, stands on there, and talks about the weather and stuff. And you can see them kind of gathering around. You can hear them snoring as well in their little houses. I'm gonna have to add some housing as well. We got some homeless people. But here we go. We're gonna build a training ground with some training dummies, so we can start training these guys so they can become warriors in case we get raided. I think we got about a 1% chance of getting raided right now, but that goes up as your wealth goes up and as your population goes up. No, I didn't have to make it round, but I think they're happier when it's round. Okay, we're gonna do some regular bedrooms here. Kind of maybe back to back here. Or houses, I should say. Now the houses seem to be able to hold a family, I think. So it's not just one individual that goes in there. Now, since we got all that leather coming in, we are going to build a tailor to start making some clothing for our little piggies. And you can see adding that auxiliary branch or station brought the efficiency up to 100%, so definitely worth doing. We're gonna need some tools, but we got, furniture. We're making more furniture though, we'll eventually get it. I do really enjoy the music in this game. It's very calming. And I love how you can go mega speed to build these projects. Once you set them all up. Okay, we're in summer here finally. Late summer. And that means we can start harvesting these vegetables, which allows us to plant new vegetables. And that's already queued up, so hopefully they don't eat the vegetables before they plant them. But let's go take a look. I think they're gonna plant them. There they go. I did read a hint that said about 50% of your population should be concentrating on making food. So we're gonna try to follow that rule of thumb, or at least keep the food in the positive. And eventually I want to make some rations so the food lasts a little bit longer. There is a research perk though. We just built a graveyard there, in the mass grave in the bottom left. There's a poor soul in there. We don't have the graveyard yet, so... But yeah, we'll eventually get rations. Here we're going to do some import and export. You can set up kind of standing orders for these. We're going to import furniture and export meat for now. Okay, that turned out to be a bad idea, because that dwindled my food reserves way down, so we'll export wood instead. You can also do like custom buy and sell orders, which is really nice. And in order to keep selling that wood, we're going to chop down some trees. We can put another forester building in to continually chop down trees instead of whacking them down. Here's a little guys training away, which is good. There's still so much UI I have to kind of discover and get through. Looks like they want stages though, and physicians, and tree monuments. We're going to keep building fields down here by the fertile river. Seems like a good plan. And an eatery. Now I know this helps them. I don't know exactly how it helps them. I think it just prepares meals for them. But I'm not sure. I think maybe it just is a place for them to eat. Because making rations is a separate building and a separate technology. Now, in order to make some other late game stuff, we need clay and pottery. So we're going to make a clay pit down here. This is kind of down southwest of the village. We'll put in storage and auxiliaries until we get some more efficiency here. Probably could have got more there, but we'll go with that. Now, I don't think you can add sub things in buildings after the fact. I think once it's built, it's built. I could be wrong. But it seems like it's kind of stuck once you do it. Now, I don't have that many people. So now I'm in the negative, I think. So we're going to take this down a little bit. That's too many people. We do need clay, but not that much clay. At least for now. And we better get some more people to join. And here we're gonna do... What am I doing here? That is another animal place, because we're gonna need more leather. More cows. More moo-moos. And if we get too much excess meat, we can just sell it. But the leather is pretty precious. We're gonna take some more people here to get back in the positive. I always like to have some odd jobbers. You can tell on the top left how many odd jobbers we have. Right now we have 3. Okay, we're missing something. But we'll get it done. Okay, the time has come. The rebels are wanting to... Okay, earlier on they asked me to pay up. And I said, buzz off. And now they're actually going to attack us. Now, it took me a while to figure out where the heck they were on the map. But that's their town, and their army's just sitting outside right now. We're going to just let them come to us. I'm not going to leave my village. But in the meantime, I heard archers are really good, so I'm going to start training up some archers. We won't train them up fast enough, I don't think, before this raid comes in. But I had totally forgotten about it, so we'll get some training targets in the archery here. Get them starting on that. I do see that my wood storage is full, so we'll add some more wood storage. We're gonna buy some bows on the open market. Okay, here we go, we're under siege. Now, I didn't really know what I was doing here. In fact, this is the second attempt. I couldn't even figure out how to get in here, but you close the window and then you can start up. If you hover over auto-resolve, you can see if you're going to win or lose. That says I'm going to lose, so we're actually going to do the actual fight. Like I said, didn't know what I was doing. Here we go. Now you can move your troops around, you can change the formations, you can make them defensive or more offensive. I just basically sat still in a formation and let them kind of come to us. Now they have catapults, which you'll see the catapults come in. But I'm just gonna... There we go, that was a catapult. That did some damage to us. I'm just gonna kind of keep attacking the little sub-army that they send in. And hope for the best here. We don't have that many troops. There's 2 more down there. I mean, even more south is the catapult. But I think the catapult damages their guys as well, so you might see that. Yeah, there goes some more stuff. It looks like their guys just got damaged. Now I don't know what their AI is doing there, with the subgroups kind of standing to the side. But the battle continued on through the night here. And we eventually won. It took a while. But for some reason we won. I guess probably because we stayed in a fairly tight formation. We certainly didn't overpower them. But we got some rations out of that, and some drink, some bows, and some clothing. So pretty good loot out of that. I didn't really change the formation much. And during battle you can't do trade or immigration, I don't think. Now the spoils get brought in by your troops. Here you'll probably see them coming in. There they are. And they just kind of dump the stuff on the ground, and then you got to make sure you got storage for the new things, like rations and clothing if you didn't have it. Make sure to go into your warehouse and set that. Those are all the rations. Pretty happy about that. Make sure there's room for bows and yeah, rations we already had some set from the beginning. Now I definitely want some more wood coming in, so we're gonna do another woodcutter here. And you can see by adding that auxiliary you got 100% efficiency. I want to build the woodcutters before I deforest the whole place, because I don't know if you can get... Oh, we got a thing here. A plague. Now, I don't have the hospital research yet, so hopefully they don't all die on me. But we do need more housing, so we're going to put some houses in here. I'm going with the deluxe housing. Apartments. And you can save a bit of wood by putting them back to back like this. This is going to be a big giant apartment block. Put some roads in between them. There they go, the little piggies. Building their little pig pens. Boar housing. I love how they're all kind of little random rooms with their little lights in there. It's cute. The graphics actually don't... I kind of like the graphics now. They're definitely, you know, spritey, but I like it. Okay, we're going to spend our first research points here on farming. That's going to give us a 10% efficiency boost in a bunch of different things, especially vegetables. Now, research does get more expensive as you put more points into it. But there is this copy function, which is very handy if you're going to go do something like this. We're just going to duplicate our apartment block because we still have homeless people. Now, one thing you got to be careful about, which I'll show you later. We're going to have to rebuild this farm. Is that if you've got industry that's kind of far away from your main town, those people might need housing. Well, they built that fast. Oh wow, we reached 25 people in the vegetable farms, so we get a bonus. Next bonus is 100. That's overall, I think. There goes the housing. But I noticed from this that I kept building housing and I still had homeless. So the fix was to click the housing and then see over here we can see these people need housing because they work so far away from the village. So we're going to put some housing down by the clay pits so they don't have to commute so far. And here comes the snow. Here comes winter. Now, I think most of our people are clothed now, so they're not freezing to death in the winter. Some of them are cold, but we're trying to keep up with the clothing. Eventually we'll probably want to put that leather to use in armor instead of clothing and try to do some cotton. That'll come later though. Okay, we're going to put some points in ration making. Turns out the ration building requires pottery though, so we're going to hold that off till next episode. And we're going to delete the fishery. I think the land is better suited to specializing in vegetables. Because our pig men are vegetarians, so they don't really prefer fish. And this is pretty fertile land, so we're going to go with this. And like I said, about 50% of your population seems to be a good rule of thumb for dedicated to food. Now as you get efficiency gains, you probably don't need that, but I'm going to manually buy some armor here from the market. It doesn't instantly appear. The gold instantly appears, but it takes a little bit of time for the armor to arrive. And I ran out of storage. When the food crops come in now, the vegetable crops, we kind of ran out of storage. So we're going to do another stockhouse here. Making sure to put some roads around it so they can get around quickly. I think this is my favorite part of the game, watching them build stuff. It's very satisfying. Especially because it's so unique looking each time. All the little crates are, you know, slightly different. And so here we go. We're going to make a big vegetable storage here. And we're going to manually buy some pottery. I'm trying to keep my money close to zero so that we're not like a rich target. I don't know if that actually works, but we're going to try to pump our extra money into stuff that's going to make us better instead of having a bunch of cash sitting around. Because if you do get raided, they take a percentage of your stuff, but they don't I don't think they destroy your buildings or anything. I'm not sure, but okay, we're putting in another laboratory so we can crank in those research points because they're coming in a trickle right now. So I did a bigger laboratory here. Looks pretty cool. We need more people though. We need more pig men, pig women, pig babies, piglets. New level unlocked. Oh. We reached population 150. We now have a sheriff. Cool. It looks like we got some new unlocks from that as well. Very cool. Very cool. And once we filled up that laboratory, we now have 25 people total working in there, so we get an 8% bonus. Just kind of like the vegetable farm. So I think concentrating on certain industries definitely helps. Here goes the pottery building to use up that clay that we've been collecting. And we need the pottery to make the ration maker, which I'm going to do next episode. You can see here, fertility is higher by the water. I built a lot of farms on that island. And you can fill in the water. You can remove water. That's how I built that little land bridge to get over here to the stone. So we're running out of stone. And there's a big pile of it here across the river. I probably did too much there. Yeah, let's get this trimmed down a bit. I'm trying to go for somewhat of an organic look here, with the farms at least. You definitely need to do, if you want to copy big chunks of things though, a grid is much easier. Because gritty things fit together nicer. Okay, you can see food is really low, but here comes the harvest. Holy moly. And you can also see we're losing a certain amount of food per year. And there's research that can reduce that. But converting some of this to rations, I think, will be the way to go to get our food to survive. But I'm going to wrap it up here. It seems like a good spot. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm loving this game, so there will be a part 3. We'll see you all next time.